are going to do poems. Here we go. Daddy, by Sylvia Plath. You do not do any more black shoe, in which I have lived like a foot. For 30 years, poor and white, barely daring to breathe or a chew. Daddy, I have had to kill you. You died before I had time. Marble heavy, a bag full of God. Ghastly statue with one gray toe, big as a Frisco seal, and a head in the freakish Atlantic, where it pours bean green over blue, in the waters off the beautiful Nauset. I used to pray to recover you. Ash dew. In the German tongue, in the Polish town, scraped flat by the roller, of wars, wars, wars. But the name of the town is common. My Polak friend says there are a dozen or two. So I never could tell where you put your foot, your root. I never could talk to you. The tongue stuck in my jaw. It stuck in a barbed wire snare. Itch, 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 itch. I could hardly speak. I thought every German was you. And the language obscene. An engine, chuffing me off like a Jew. A Jew to Dachau, Auschwitz, Belsen. I began to talk like a Jew. I think I may well be a Jew. The snows of the Tyrol, the clear beer of Vienna, are not very pure or true. With my gypsy ancestress and my weird luck, and my Tarek pack, I may be a bit of a Jew. I have always been scared of you. With your Luftwaffe, your gobbledygoo, and your neat mustache, and your Aryan eye, bright blue. Panzerman, oh you. Not God, but a swastika, so black no sky could squeak through. Every woman adores a fascist. The boot in the face, the brute heart of a brute like you. You stand at the blackboard, Daddy. In the picture I have of you, a cleft in your chin instead of your foot, but no less a devil for that, no not. Any less the black man who bit my pretty red heart in two. I was 10 when they buried you. At 20 I tried to die and get back to you. I thought even the bones would do. But they pulled me out of the sack, and they stuck me together with glue. And then I knew what to do. I made a model of you. A man in black with a Mein Kampf look, and a love of the rack and the screw. And I said, I do. So, Daddy, I'm finally through. The black telephone's off at the root. The voices just can't worm through. If I've killed one man, I've killed two. The vampire who said he was you, and drank my blood for a year. 7 years, if you want to know. Daddy, you can lie back now. There's a stake in your fat black heart, and the villagers never liked you. They are dancing and stamping on you. They always knew it was you. Daddy, you bastard, I'm through.
In memory of W.B. Yeats, by W. H. Auden. He disappeared in the dead of winter. The brooks were frozen, the airports almost deserted, and snow disfigured the public statues. The mercury sank in the mouth of the dying day. What instruments we have agree. The day of his death was a dark, cold day. Far from his illness, the wolves ran on through the evergreen forests. The peasant river was untempted by the fashionable quays, by morning tongues. The death of the poet was kept from his poems, but for him it was his last afternoon as himself, an afternoon of nurses and rumors. The provinces of his body revolted. The squares of his mind were empty. Silence invaded the suburbs. The current of his feeling failed. He became his admirers. Now he is scattered among 100 cities, and wholly given over to unfamiliar affections. to find his happiness in another kind of wood, and be punished under a foreign code of conscience. The words of a dead man are modified in the guts of a living, but in the importance and noise of tomorrow, when the brokers are roaring like beasts on the floor of the bourse, and the poor have the sufferings to which they are fairly accustomed, and each in the cell of himself is almost convinced of his freedom. A few thousand will think of this day, as one thinks of a day when one did something slightly unusual. What instruments we have agree. The day of his death was a dark, cold day. 2. You were silly like us. Your gift survived it all. The parish of rich women, physical decay. Yourself, mad Ireland hurt you into poetry. Now Ireland has her madness and her weather still. For poetry makes nothing happen, it survives. In the valley of its making where executives would never want to tamper, flows on south, from ranches of isolation and the busy griefs, raw towns that we believe and die in, it survives. A way of happening, a mouth. 3. Earth, receive an honored guest. William Yeats is laid to rest. Let the Irish vessel lie, emptied of its poetry. In the nightmare of the dark, all the dogs of Europe bark, and the living nations wait, each sequestered in its hate. Intellectual disgrace stares from every human face, and the seas of pity lie, locked and frozen in each eye. Follow, poet, follow right, to the bottom of the night, with your unconstraining voice. Still persuade us to rejoice. With the farming of a verse, make a vineyard of the curse. Sing of human unsuccess, in a rapture of distress. In the deserts of the heart, let the healing fountain start. In the prison of his days, teach the free man how to praise. With the farming of a verse, make a vineyard of the curse. Sing of human unsuccess, in a rapture of distress. In the deserts of the heart, let the healing fountain start. In the prison of his days, teach the free man how to praise.
Proem to Brooklyn Bridge by Hart Crane. How many dawns, chill from his rippling rest, the seagull's wings shall dip and pivot him, shedding white rings of tumult, building high over the chained bay water's liberty. Then, with inviolate curve, forsake our eyes, as apparitional as sails that cross some page of figures to be filed away, till elevators drop us from our day. I think of cinemas, panoramic slights, with multitudes bent toward some flashing scene, never disclosed, but hastened to again, foretold to other eyes on the same screen. And thee, across the harbor, silver paced, as though the sun took step of thee, yet left some motion ever unspent in thy stride, implicitly thy freedom staying thee. Out of some subway scuttle, cellar loft, a bedlamite speeds to thy parapets, tilting there momently, shrill shirt ballooning. A jest falls from the speechless caravan. Down wall, from girder into street noon leaks a ripped tooth of the sky's acetylene. All afternoon the cloud-flown derricks turn. Thy cables breathe the North Atlantic still, and obscure as that heaven of the Jews. Thy guerdon, accolade thou dost bestow, of anonymity time cannot raise. Vibrant reprieve and pardon thou dost show. O harp and altar, of the fury fused, how could mere toil align thy choiring strings? Terrific threshold of the prophet's pledge, prayer of pariah, and the lover's cry. Again the traffic lights that skim thy swift, unfractioned idiom, immaculate sigh of stars, beating thy path, condense eternity. And we have seen night lifted in thine arms. Under thy shadow by the piers I waited. Only in darkness is thy shadow clear. The city's fiery parcels all undone. Already snow submerges an iron year. O sleepless as the river under thee, vaulting the sea, the prairie's dreaming sod. Unto us lowliest sometimes sweep, descend, and of the curved ship lend a myth to God.
Talmud Bedlam Song, anonymous ballad circa 1620 from the hag and hungry goblin, that into rags would rend ye. The spirit that stands by the naked man, in the book of moons defend ye. That of your 5 sound senses, you never be forsaken, nor wander from yourselves with Tom, abroad to beg your bacon. while I do sing any food, any feeding, feeding, drink, or clothing. Come dame or maid, be not afraid. Poor Tom will injure nothing. Of 30 bare years have I twice 20 been enraged, and of 40 been 3 times 15 in durance soundly caged. On the lordly lofts of Bedlam, with stubble soft and dainty, brave bracelets, strong, sweet whips, ding-dong, with wholesome hunger plenty. And now I sing any food, any feeding, feeding, drink, or clothing. Come dame or maid, be not afraid. Poor Tom will injure nothing. With a thought I took for Maudlin, and a cruise of cockle pottage. With a thing thus tall, sky bless you all, I befell into this dotage. I slept not since the conquest. Till then I never waked, till the roguish boy of love where I lay, me found and stripped me naked. While I do sing any food, any feeding, feeding, drink, or clothing. Come dame or maid, be not afraid. Poor Tom will injure nothing. The palsy plagues my pulses. When I prig your pigs or pullin, your culvers take, or matchless make, your chanticleer or sullen. When I want provant with Humphrey, I sup, and when benighted, I repose in Paul's with waking souls, yet never am affrighted. But I do sing any food, any feeding, feeding, drink, or clothing. Come dame or maid, be not afraid. Poor Tom will injure nothing. I know more than Apollo, for oft when he lies sleeping, I see the stars at mortal wars, in the wounded welkin weeping. The moon embrace her shepherd, and the queen of love her warrior, while the first doth horn the star of morn, and the next the heavenly farrier. While I do sing any food, any feeding, feeding, drink, or clothing. Come dame or maid, be not afraid. Poor Tom will injure nothing. The gypsy Snap and Pedro are none of Tom's camarados. The punk I scorn, and the cut-purse sworn, and the roaring boys' bravados. The meek, the white, the gentle, me handle not nor spare not. But those that cross Tom Rhinoceros do what the panther dare not. Although I sing any food, any feeding, feeding, drink, or clothing. Come dame or maid, be not afraid. Poor Tom will injure nothing. With an host of furious fancies, whereof I am commander, with a burning spear and a horse of air, to the wilderness I wander. By a night of ghosts and shadows, I summoned am to tourney, 10 leagues beyond the wide world's end. Methinks it is no journey, yet I will sing any food, any feeding, feeding, drink, or clothing. Come dame or maid, be not afraid. Poor Tom will injure nothing.